In the past 2 days, Nikon executives have made some stunning announcements. Let's go through those. By the way, Nikon has just announced that they're already apologizing that Z7 sales will be late and delayed. Statements are by, quote, months. So the new cameras that they're releasing will be delayed. Nikon is already apologizing. Let's go on to something very interesting. I have two Nikon executives here, one Tim Carter, and the other one is head of Nikon Imaging and Development Department and Director, Mr. Hiroyuki Igakami. When he was asked, will Nikon make a professional version like the D5 except in the new Z series? And he replied, yes, you can rely on it. This is Nikon's admission that the Z6 and the Z7 are not their professional cameras. Nikon has always had a history of wanting to sell the same camera twice. Nikon D3, D3S, D4, D4S. Nikon has a long history of this. So when asked, will Nikon be making a professional version like the D5 except in the Z series, he says yes. Now, in other words, the Z6 and Z7 are not Nikon's professional cameras. This is a really good one. This is the second time I've heard this. The first time I was like, wasn't too certain when I found out this information on the vertical grip for the new Z6 and Z7. Tim Carter, senior product manager for Nikon, when asked about the vertical grip for the new Z6 and Z7, says no. They're not vertical grips. They are battery packs. He states that there is no shutter release button on the grips. Excuse me, battery packs for the Z6 and Z7. No. So it's going to be a brick holding two batteries that you shove up the tailpipe of the Z6 and Z7. Tim Carter, product manager for Nikon, says no vertical shutter release. You see this little thing on the XH1 up there at top? It's called this is, there's not even going to be any dials or buttons or a shutter release on their grip. Oh, don't call it a grip because it's not a grip because it has no buttons and dials. Wow. So that really sucks. Here's also something important. Tim Carter says, what's really important for us here at Nikon is that we're not banking everything on the new Z system. What we're doing is we're adding to our range. If you read between the lines, you could figure that out if you got 5 brain cells. We will take feedback from what's good and what's not. You know, if it's a major problem and people don't like the fact that there's one card slot. These are his words, by the way, except for the laughter. We will listen. If the battery life is a problem for users, then we will listen to that too. All of that will influence our... No, you should have listened to that before you went into production. You should have, if you weren't like an arrogant company so sure of yourself. You would have said, hey, professionals out there, what do you think about one card slot and poor battery life? No, that sucks. Okay, back to the drawing board. This is amazing. Is Tim Carter, the head honcho at Nikon, says, well, if people don't like the single card slot, we will listen. Tim Carter, no, girlfriend, no. You failed. You failed because you should have listened before you went into production. Before you went into production. That would have been the time to listen. You failed. By their own wording, these guys failed. It just said that they're going to come out with a professional version in the Z series, which means the Z6 and Z7 are not the professional cameras. There's no vertical, there's no shutter release button on the vertical grip. It's not a grip, it's a battery pack. Jesus Christ. You know, I got attacked for calling Nikon arrogant. If you are not smart enough to see that the statements from these own top executives from Nikon isn't the epitome of corporate arrogance, then you are not that smart. I mean, you're absolutely not smart at all. So people say, oh, this fat tattooed guy says Nikon's really arrogant. These are statements of arrogance right here from Tim Carter and Hiroyuki Igakami. 2 top Nikon level execs. It's corporate arrogance. We're Nikon. We know best for you. Even if you hate it, we're Nikon. Because, after all, it's a Nikon. That is their belief system. That's the religion that Nikon's been operating on for the past, not 100 years, but for the past 50 plus years. Nikon. Jesus Christ, I can't believe these guys said this. And I hope the hell you're smart enough to see exactly what it was that they said and what it actually means.